So think of this as your crash course in Coffee Chats 101. 101. Coffee Chats 101. Let's get started. If you have any questions. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, ladies. I hope you are doing well. And I got too lazy to put on the contacts. So wearing glasses and we're kind of dressed in business casual. And that's because today we are talking about professional development. I don't know why I pulled out the smoothie preemptively. We're talking about coffee chats. Everything you'd ever need to know about coffee chats. It is too late in the day to have a coffee as a prop. So to smoothies. Get whatever you want. We are going to chat everything coffee chats, kind of ground ourselves in what coffee chats are, why are they important, how to set them up. Every single thing you need to know about coffee chats, I'll be talking today about them. If you have any questions, leave comments down below and I will try to answer them to the best of my capabilities. You can also connect and follow me on LinkedIn. You can outreach there or message me. I'll try to also get back to you as soon as I can, inshallah. All right, so the goal of today's video is for y'all to take away lessons on how to, 1, leverage coffee chats, 2, how to set them up, and then 3, how to use them to expand your own network. All right, let's jump into it, shall we? What are coffee chats? You might be wondering. A coffee chat is simply just the name given to an informal conversation you have with an employee at your own company, at a company you would like to work for, a different industry. Generally, a person who's employed at a company that you're either interested in working at, or an industry that you're interested in learning more about, or someone who has the same specific role or career trajectory or route that you're looking for. These conversations are not at all part of the recruiting process. They're just an opportunity to maybe leverage you into getting your foot into the door of a recruitment process. They're not part of the interview process, nor actually an official part of the recruitment process. It is basically a chat with somebody you think is cool and would love to learn more about. Because here's the real truth. Everybody, for some reason, loves talking about themselves, especially about their careers and how they got there and the day-to-day of their specific career. And so I have found that coffee chats is the best way I can learn more about any sort of company, any sort of industry, or the specific career that they have without actually trying to get an internship there or jumping in without knowing anything at all about the role that I'm applying to. The primary purpose of a coffee chat, I'd say, is to expand your network, build connections and establish them and hopefully curate them enough to turn into a mentorship. And this is really awesome because then you have professionals on your side vouching for you when it does come to recruitment. And when it is you applying to an internship or a full-time job or whatever it might be, you have people behind the scenes vouching for you throughout the entirety of the process. The duration of a coffee chat should typically last around 30 minutes long or even less, depending on the person you're outreaching to, their flexibility and their adaptability. So if you're realizing that a coffee chat is going longer than that 30-minute mark, you should pause, take note of the time, take that initiative that you are cognizant of the time because of their schedules and that you only sent out the invite for allotted time to check on their availability. Sometimes coffee chats run over because the professional you're networking with is completely free and available and flexible. But you, as a person who has set the coffee chat up, should be cognizant of the time. And okay, this is pretty silly, but I will say the beverage or the location, whatever it might be, you don't need to be getting coffee. I don't know why a coffee chat is called a coffee chat, but it doesn't need to be coffee. I think it's more personable if you have done enough research on somebody. Take, for instance, you work at a current company, you're an intern there, and you know this person loves to go get X, Y, and Z. And so, you pose, hey, we don't need to get coffee. Let's go get something else. You are enhancing that relationship that ideally you're trying to build up during the coffee chat. So, like I said, it doesn't need to be coffee. It could be whatever you want. And especially, which I'll get to later, if it's virtual, really there's no beverage included at all in online conversations. So those are the basics of just describing what coffee chats are. Why are they important? And like I said, I'm selling to y'all that you should hop on this. Set up coffee chats. Be proactive. Why? Because they are important to networking. It's essential. It's essential tip life hack, life skill to figure out in the professional world. When you're setting up a coffee chat, there is an understanding from that professional that you are trying to network and expand your current professional connections. You are trying to either tap into different industries, just learn more about this individual, the company that they're at. It's not disingenuous, ideally, right? These coffee chats are supposed to be organic conversations that you're building after doing your research for someone that can offer you solid advice or company insights. Secondly, coffee chats helps increase your own visibility in the professionals in a specific space that you're jumping into. Like I said, it can be an internship, full-time job, just a different industry. But if you have more people on your side that you've spoken to, you not only have the credibility to move forward, but you have people to rely on during a certain process that you engage in, if what you hear is something that you do indeed like. Coffee chats are the actual tea. I mean, some professionals get so raw, so deep, and so vulnerable so fast with dropping actual insights about their day-to-day, the industry, the company, and the specific role. I mean, I've had coffee chats where some professionals have walked me through their entire career journeys and alluded to dropping wisdoms and insights about what they wish they could have done instead to get to the point that they are in their career right now. It is an inside scoop of ideally somewhere that you want to go or a place that you want to be. Thirdly, is this the third one? Yeah. Coffee chats also have the power and the ability to enhance your professional relationships. Now, whether that's having a coffee chat internally at a company that you're already at or externally at a company that you might looking at or researching about, it enhances trust that you have with somebody in that certain space or environment. They provide an opportunity to just unfold real conversations about what you're interested in or learning more about how this person got to where they are today in their career. All right, so hopefully I've done a good job about selling you on just why coffee chats are important, why they're cool. Really, I mean, y'all, I'm not even underselling them. They are my best friends, lifesavers. I mean, next to LinkedIn, coffee chats are transformative, and girlies, please hop on that because they're game changers. Like I said, these conversations about, just me sitting down and telling y'all about professional development and insights and tools and tricks, I live, breathe, and eat them. Coffee chats are my go-to. Actually, quick aside, last summer I was interning at a place and my internship gag award or accolade, if you will, is the most amount of coffee chats. I mean, literally everyone in my cohort knew that I was getting coffee, and not literally, but whatever it might be, with different people at the company, because I just approach different spaces from a curious mindset. Job titles are confusing. It's really about the description that matters, about what they're actually doing. And sometimes that is the biggest difference. As someone who's really passionate about going down a marketing career route, marketing is so broad. And so what I had to do was just figure out what kind of marketing is what and what do I actually enjoy. I couldn't test out all facets of marketing in my undergrad journey, but what I could do was set up coffee chats with different marketers in different industries at different companies, because every place does it a little bit differently. But what I found was I'm actually interested in product marketing. I love growth marketing, but I'm not too passionate about entertainment marketing. I mean, you learn so much about yourself through the process just because people that you're reaching out to are really out there to help you. I mean, that's the most amazing thing is what I learned from coffee chats is you miss every shot that you don't take. And like I said, just reach out. The worst that's going to happen is a no because they're busy, or you're not going to get a response back, but that's okay. No need to feel bad about it. That's the real truth. People are busy. How to set them up? How should I even go about setting up a coffee chat? There's a few ways to do it. Externally, internally. Externally is you're going through platforms like LinkedIn, Handshake, but you're finding professionals at different companies and industries that have different titles and roles, and you're just cold messaging them if you're not already connected with them. And so you're curating a message, and I know these character counts can get really tricky, but you're really encapsulating that quick ask of, hey, can I borrow 20 to 30 minutes of your day-to-day for a quick conversation on X, Y, and Z. And then internally, you are going through the company's directory to find their email or using a platform that they already use. So if your company that you're interning at or working at uses Slack or Teams, you are finding them in the company directory, titles that you might be interested in, different departments, and you're just messaging them through there. And if not, if you don't feel comfortable doing it over there, you already have their emails, ideally, and you're drafting up, like I said, a cold email, a cold message, and sending them same ask. Let's go get coffee. I'd love to learn more about your expertise, your X, Y, and Z in this role. I'm an intern. I mean, guys, use the intern card. It is powerful. It is a powerful thing to be an intern because professionals are out there ready, really, to just talk to you about how they got to where they are today. The part of this setting up coffee chats is this art of cold messaging. Do not be scared. It really takes having an outreach template just for yourself about a message that gets to the point, right? You have a quick elevator pitch at the beginning of who you are, why you're outreaching, what you're passionate about, and then you're getting to the call to action about, hey, I see that you're doing X, Y, and Z at this company. I love that kind of stuff. Would love to learn from you because you seem like you're a boss at it. I'm flexible. Can I use 20 to 30 minutes of your time to chat? And that's like really that beautiful first message that you could send out, whether it's a condensed version on LinkedIn or Handshake, or if you have their actual email, you're sending that full message out to them on their emails. I will disclaim that for every 10 people I might cold message, I might get 1 to 2 people to respond back. That is the game. It is a long haul, okay? It is long haul, but I'm telling you, if you just take my word, bruh, it is worth it, guys, ladies. I kid you not. It is worth doing all that effort to just cold message a bunch of different professionals that you're interested in learning about their role, the industry, and company. God, every time I say that, it's going to get really redundant, but I apologize. It is what it is. It's going to be so much worth it because you never know which one person of those conversations that you actually get to have and migrate over to can be that vouching person for you when you are applying to a full-time job or a different internship. If you can get someone that you had a coffee chat with to become your mentor, that is the end-all be-all out of any sort of coffee chat that you could be asking for as a goal. Here's the thing, when you are setting these coffee chats up, communication is key. You're the person outreaching. So there is an expectation that you're doing your due diligence about sending the location. If it's online or if it's at a different cafe or whatever the meetup location is, you're inputting that. You are taking the initiative to send that meeting invite. Once you get their emails, because the end all ask of setting something up is getting their emails so that you can send out that calendar invite. You are taking that initiative and showcasing that you're also flexible. So giving the guests that you're inviting the calendar invite to the ability to propose different times because professionals are busy and that's okay. But showing that you're adaptable and flexible is really, really key here. We've gone through the who, what, where, how, and why of coffee chats. I'm going to share some tips and tricks. Sorry guys, these videos might get long, but this is literally a crash course in everything you need to know. Hopefully, everything you need to know. What stuff that I think you need to know. And if I'm missing stuff, I apologize. But like I said, drop me some questions and I'll try to get them. I will try to get to all of them as best as I can, inshallah. Tips for having a coffee chat. All right. You taking notes? Cool. Let's get into it. Take initiative. This is very basic. But guys, I already said this. You miss every shot that you don't even take. If you're getting exhausted over this coffee chat grind, I get it. I've been there, done that. But it's just about becoming proactive and taking initiative regardless, because one conversation can make the difference between you getting the job or not. It's as simple. I mean, really, the corporate world out there or whatever sort of industry you're jumping into, the business landscape that you might be jumping into, even if it's entrepreneurship, it's about who you know. I think that's the realest truth that I learned in college was it is about who you know. From someone who didn't know anyone in marketing, I needed to put myself out there. And coffee chats is the way I did it. Second, prepare beforehand. Do your research. You're taking someone's time. I mean, the value of time is something in our deen that is reflected on often. You need to understand that you are borrowing this professional's time. So be respectable, be formal, be appropriate in that situation. Do not waste their time. If you are coming unprepared with lack of questions and you're just hoping the conversation is just going to go superbly, you're being a fool, because you need to at least do your preliminary research about the industry that you're looking at, the company that you're looking at, or if it's a specific role that you're asking questions about, you are preparing. those questions out front. You need to come prepared with at least a script to rely on in terms of the questions that you're trying to learn about. And that makes the biggest difference, is that if you show up with your research, the person immediately assumes that you have more credibility and that you're not just wasting their time. And I've heard on my feed, recruiters just say, like, they didn't even get my name right. Like, they could tell it was a copy and paste. Nothing wrong about the copy and paste, but at least make it personable, right? It's about curating a professional relationship, and you're meeting a stranger. And how do you do that? It's like, how do you make friends? And you don't need to become besties with this person that you're coffee chatting with, but there needs to be some sort of amiability there or personability that's established, that you are getting across your own personality and your interest and curiosity. And so do your research. Thirdly, arrive early. So if you are setting up a call virtually on Zoom or whatever platform it might be, you are jumping into the call 2-3 minutes early because you're the one who sent out that calendar invite. So you are starting the call, the room early, and you're kind of just chilling there. If it's physically, you are showing up to the location on time. And like I said, early. If you are walking over to that place with somebody, get to their desk a little bit beforehand. They might be in a meeting or whatever. Showcase that you're not in a rush. You're kind of just vibing there. But as soon as they finish up, you guys are walking over to the cafe, whatever it might be at your company or nearby outside physically at a location. And if not, you are meeting them ahead of time. It just shows that you're very professional and you're very serious about the conversation. All right. Fourthly, go virtual. I mean, really, with the advent of things moving online so quickly, expand your network even more. If you are somebody who's excited about maybe shifting your locations or where you're working from, this is a great opportunity to meet professionals in different states, different countries, different places. That's the incredible beauty about a virtual coffee chat. You can take it anywhere, and that person can take it literally anytime, anywhere as well. So go for it. Ask about a virtual coffee chat. People are sometimes even more flexible with that. All right. This tip is about actually initiating the conversation. It's what to do in the coffee chat. So when you're starting off the coffee chat, you are coming prepared with your own elevator pitch. Elevator pitch, another buzzword, another jargon. I'm sorry. We can talk about it another time because this video is already getting so long. But you're starting off with your own who, what, where, how, and why. Why, just a recap on who you are, what you're studying, what you're passionate about, but then quickly pivot the conversation back to them saying, hey, X, Y, and Z about me, but really, I'm so glad that you're here at this coffee chat because I'd love to learn more about you. I know you work at X, Y, and Z. Showcase it. Like I said, you've done the research about them. And really, I'd love to learn more about blah. I always lead on like, I live, breathe, eat marketing. I've said this before. And professionals that I'm meeting with in the marketing industry, I relate that information over to them because I am somebody who's passionate about it. And then I pivot and ask them all these questions I prepared for them about their marketing role, specifically the company. What do they do to prepare to get to this role? If it's a managerial position, what skill sets are they looking for? How do they develop them? All these conversations. And like I said, boom, you have got the conversation going and it is flowing. Be natural, be organic. You got this. I believe in you, girlies. And then is this fifth one? I'm not keeping track, which is bad. I think it's the fifth one. Follow up. You end the conversation with a thank you, and then the next day, or I don't even know what the right rule is, right? But you are intending to send a thank you note, whether that's on email, on LinkedIn, whatever that platform might be. You are thanking them for their time. And in that like follow up, you are alluding to the fact that you want to stay in touch, that this is not just a one-off conversation, but you are really hoping to like rely back on them for future advice, that you maybe are alluding to a secondary conversation in the future, that this specific piece of wisdom really spoke to you and you're going to apply it in your day-to-day moving forward. This follow-up is super important because my last point here is keep in touch. You want to continuously build this relationship up from that initial conversation. So maybe you're sending them follow-ups about the stuff that you've implemented that they've said, updating them about the recruitment process if you've already started it, keeping them posted about things that you're jumping into, skill sets that you're building. They are just as interested as these developments as you are in them, because that's how a two-way relationship goes. And ideally, you are taking an initiative to then set up follow-up calls, catch-ups, and just establishing that sense of mentorship. And so this last part of this conversation I'll be sharing is just some sample questions that you can start thinking about in regards to working on some of these coffee chats that you, inshallah, will be setting up in the near future. So sample questions are, how did you get started in your career? What do you like most about your job? What are some of the biggest challenges in your positions, and how did you overcome them? Was it resources that the company provided you with, or how did you go about navigating those challenges? What do some of your typical daily tasks look like? Are you in meetings, or is it more people management? And then, like I said, these questions get very specific depending on how much research you've done. I would like to always flag that ideally you are being flexible in the conversation that you're having. So if they mention something that interests you, like a normal conversation, you stick to it. You kind of take it and just ask, keep asking. I mean, part of a coffee chat in its beauty is utilizing active listening. Your ability to take in information and then either clarify what they're saying or build upon it is something that will showcase deep interest and allow you to even move forward with the coffee chat in ways that will provide more insights. And then I love to always recommend ending the coffee chat with a strong impression. So it's either a question that is one of those like, let me think about that. If you can get the professional that you're talking to say, wow, great question, let me think about that, you've nailed it. You've sold it. The conversation is chef's kiss. And just think about it. I mean, really those questions can just be pulled from the actual conversation you've had thus far that you've already thought about. They can be random questions. I've asked professionals about their biggest life lesson learned or what they wish they knew sooner. I mean, things that just like get people thinking. And then, like I said, you were closing off the conversation with an optimistic mindset that, hey, thank you, would love to stay in touch with you, and I'll keep you posted because I really appreciated everything that we chatted here about, and I'm inspired. The best conversations I've had with professionals have left me in a state of excitement, inspiration, and enthusiasm to just jump in to all of the stuff that they've recommended, advice that they shared, certifications that I've been alluded to. Just everything that these professionals have literally dropped as pieces of gems and wisdoms. I mean, y'all, learning from others is amazing. I love listening to people and their experiences, and I love learning from them because you never know who you can learn from. So always be ready to absorb any new information that comes your way. All right, so that was a lot. I hope, like I said earlier, you had your little bev to get you through it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about coffee chats, I am your gal, okay? I'm not even lying, all right? Inshallah. You got questions? Hit me up in the comments. LinkedIn message me, whatever it might be. That is literally all you can do, but I will get back to you. And if you like this video, subscribe, comment down below, let me know. Like I said, Tuesdays will be professional development, and I will be sharing everything I know to allow all of us to become the boss babes that we deserve to be. Okay, girlies? You got this. Speaking of coffee chats, I have been working on a new podcast that I will be dropping every other Tuesday. So stay tuned for the first episode next week. It's funny that I talked about coffee chats because the podcast series name is Coffee Chats with Aisha. Thank you. Thank you very much. Basically, I'll be talking to Muslim women professionals across different industries about their career journeys, how they've gotten here, lessons learned. I mean, I am just going to be optimizing this podcast as my ability to learn more from other Muslim queens out there doing what they love. And hopefully those conversations that I have with them inspire you to kind of think through things. But stay tuned for next week's first ever episode. I'm excited to drop it. But thereafter, every other Tuesday will be a coffee chat with Aisha with a special guest. And the other Tuesdays will be professional development tips and tricks. If you want to learn more about LinkedIn, resume, personal branding, whatever these buzzword jargons are, elevator pitch, I got you. Inshallah, that content is coming soon. Stay tuned for more videos. Follow me on YouTube and turn on those post notifications if you're interested in keeping up to date. I will see you next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alrighty. Woo! Okay. Funsies.